Hello guys, today I'm gonna talk about the new quest roles. Of course this is gonna be just a speculation talk, but we're gonna see what Riot wants to do and if I like it or not. Thank you so much for watching and let's go with the video. Here we are. We're gonna watch the Botlane quest and I'm gonna give you my honest tips regarding the quest, what I think about it. Botlane quest. Take down on champions, minions, towers, plates and epic monsters will help you to complete the quest. Which is quite nice, honestly, compared to other classes, for example, Midlane and others. They don't get points by taking plates or killing epic monsters, at least that's what I saw. So basically they are pretty much forcing yourself to focus on the tower and the plates. Getting one plate and getting almost 100 points is crazy, right? Imagine taking 3 and you get 300 points right away. Lanes that actually look to get the tower in the early game are quite crazy because of this change, right? So plates, getting 300 points right away at the start. Even, I think the best is 500, there should be 5 plates, something like that. So you get 500 points only by getting the tower on bot side, an additional 100 for getting the tower. Let's just say that basically if you have a winning lane, counting the minions, counting the champions and everything, you should be able to close out this quest, right? This quest does give gold as you close it. It gives more gold from minions, champions and assists, right? And also the new famous 7 slot. I will talk generally about high elo and low elo and if this is helpful or not. From my perspective, the main problem of League is always the same. The games are too short and it doesn't make any sense. A strategic game should never last less than 25 to 30 minutes in my opinion. So from my perspective, not even comeback mechanics, just the game pace should be a bit lower. You shouldn't be able to get a tower by outwing it like 5 times. That's just an example. You shouldn't be able to break the game in 1 minute or 5 minutes just because you invade at the start and from there you already know that you lost the game. I would love to have longer games. Feels better for everyone. You are gonna have more chance to come back. You're gonna have more chance in general to feel a bit better, right? Instead here they are doing the completely opposite of what I wanted. They decided to give more gold to the ADC so that he can snowball faster without really caring about the game time, right? I think that the game time is a problem only in high elo. Low elo players will always have fun because the enemies never know how to close the game. I'm coaching so many players and most of them always reach the 35-minute mark, 42-minute mark, even 1 hour I saw so many times. And when you play a 1 hour game, this change is crazy. You're getting 1 item more for free, pretty much. And so I would love to say that this quest is insanely strong for low elo players, but it's also insanely crazy if you're playing in a elo. Because you get a shit ton of gold and you're able to snowball yourself way faster, right? Closing 2 or 3 items earlier than what you should. The ADC power spike, it's literally the most important thing ever. The problem of nowadays is that in a elo, what I'm feeling like is that you close 2 items, 3 items and the game is already over. Many times playing ADC feels like that. You close your spike, you're happy of closing your spike, you have the gold, you have everything, and now you're going to carry, but the game is already over. Like someone else already decided if you lose or win. And this is why Botlane experience is bad. Botlane experience is bad because 95% of the times it's not you. It's your team helping you to push for 2-3 items and then you are finally able to carry. But do you actually need to in that case? No, because your team already won. So that's my thought process regarding that. I think that the Botlane quest, it's a bit unfair from that perspective for high elo once again, because if you win the lane, you're gonna have it. And you're gonna be on such a massive advantage, specifically on some champions like Draven. Just imagine that you already take a shit ton of gold with Draven, with champion kills. Imagine if you win the lane, you go out of the lane, and with 1 kill you will get 1k gold. How is that even fair? And this makes it even worse for the bot laner, right? Imagine I am behind. I have no actual value from being behind. If I am behind, the enemy has everything, I don't have anything. He will get more gold, I will get less. I have to close the quest, and you already can just go fight. I personally don't really understand where they are going for this. It's kind of obvious to me that if you are winning bot lane, you're also gonna win the support quest, the bot lane quest, and literally everything else. So I don't really see where they are going regarding that. I don't like the concept of quests. I think that these changes will be quite insane if you already had them. Imagine already having, I don't know, for example, not the starting gold, but like having more gold from minion kills, even like 4 or 5 in more, to incentivize ADCs to actually farm instead of leaving the lane or I don't know, just playing an early game champion because that's it, right? I'm useless later on. I'm not gonna play after the 2 free items, so I'm just gonna play an early game champion no matter what. This is the current meta. We're playing Misfortune Lethality, we are playing Jhin Lethality, we are playing Jhin Movement Speed. There's no hyper carry in the meta since so many years as of now. You're almost unable to take them probably if you're going behind. And again, no incentivization from taking it later. You're just gonna be late, you're gonna miss out based on the matchup, based on whatever you want. When the changes are a bit toxic towards the losing side, like you never get out of anything out of being a loser, right? It feels really, really, really bad. And that's what happened many times in League from my perspective. While this seems like a really nice change, everyone is getting something, there's also another problem to overcome, right? The fact that the quests give something different based on where you're playing. Some people already talked about that, and I want to also talk about that. There are champions like Tristana, which could be played botlane, and you got more kills, more gold, the 7 slot, right? But some people, as they saw the added XP in topside, they said, well, I'm gonna play Tristana topside, and I'm gonna get a lot of XP. Or maybe Kassadin, maybe Kyle, right? And all these champions, they will get level 16 insanely fast. This is so bad. This is so bad, and it doesn't make any sense. Imagine you're a 12-year-old Kassadin player that only plays Kassadin, and being forced to play in topside because you're gonna get an insane boost of XP just by being there. Just makes no sense. You decide the role based on the quest that you are gonna get. And I fucking hate that. It's fundamentally wrong. Imagine one quest will be better than the others. Everyone will want to play on that role. And so everyone will start playing the role, but with their champion. Everyone will do that, and the play rate of other roles will just fall down insanely hard if they don't manage to balance it properly. And so this is the first problem that could come, especially for the first patches. Everyone realizes that mid lane quest is broken, everyone realizes that top lane quest is broken, we're just gonna go top lane, we're just gonna go mid lane and have more carry potential. Still too early to say, but I'm just telling what could possibly happen in the near future. We are in bot side, and usually what were we doing in bot side in general? Like, what was the game plan almost from like 4 years ago? Literally the game almost stood the same, right? So we take the push, we take the tower at minute 14, and then we just go mid lane, right? That's what 95% of the games we were doing. And if you were on the losing side and it was like minute 20 plus, you would still drop bot lane tower no matter what. Why? Because you have no plates. The plates will fall off at minute 14, which means that defending the tower actually had no sense, because the tower was only worth around a kill, and you can literally give that. Imagine that it's only 1 kill, and if they take it both together, they will like take half the gold, which is 150 gold. You can definitely just drop the tower and have more presence in mid lane, having your support roam the map, and that's pretty much what we were doing every time in the winning and losing side. So again, losing side, we drop the tower, go mid lane. The important thing is do not lose it before minute 14, it does not matter. We are fine, we can recover, just go mid lane, leave the tower, and from here just match the enemy bots that come in mid lane. Again, the winning lane, they just push, break the tower, and from here they do the rotation towards mid, and literally we find ourselves in this position with the mid lane bot lane, and the 2 bot lane and supports in mid lane. That's what we were finding ourselves to. Okay? Maybe we take the tower, maybe not. Does not really matter towards the game. The important thing was not lose the tower before minute 15. They are saying that they will keep plates the whole game. So that means that this tower won't drop plates at minute 14. This is literally incentivizing the fact that if I have a losing lane, I still have to play the lane even if I'm losing that. This is terrible, and this is, again, a really good change for who has the winning lane. If you have a winning lane, endlessly just hit the tower, and sooner or later you will get the plates. Even if you play aggressive, it doesn't matter. You can play aggressive the whole game, you will always have plate no matter what. You will always get the gold. You will always get the quest, right? And so, the more aggressive you get, the next patch, the better it is. It does not matter. Enemy just perma pushes you with Caitlyn Morgana, even if you pick them off after they make the play, and they still have like 400, for example, they got 4 plates, they got 400 gold with the wave, but they still die to the jungler. Okay, like the jungler comes and he kills them. Even if you do that, you miss out on the plates, you miss out on all the gold, and sooner or later, they will get the tower bounty, which is literally crazy high. counting that there are no plates anymore. So now defending this tower becomes a priority, okay? Defending bot side tower becomes a priority. We can't drop bot tower as we have a bad matchup, because else we're just gonna fall off insanely hard. Aside from that, rotating mid lane just means that my mid laner has to go bot lane and then also get way less points from his quest. We get less points because we're going mid lane and we lost. We get less points. He gets less points because he's a mid laner and he's playing bot side. And now the bot lane still gets a shit ton of points because they can keep staying there, right? So what I'm seeing in the near future is simply, again, we are gonna have problems as weak siders in bot side. So I don't really know what's gonna happen regarding that, because if you have a losing lane after you lose the tower mid lane, bot lane, sorry, you're just gonna stand under T2 and then just farm. So you're gonna be completely useless as ADC, you get my point? Well, instead, this guy can easily rotate towards mid if he wants, and he will just get the quest no matter what. So we'll have to see how it works. Maybe the ADC still stays here, maybe he will go mid lane, we don't really know. But what I'm trying to explain you is that, again, the average weak side ADC will have even more troubles, because the support is incentivized to play mid lane, and after you lose the lane here, anyways, you don't need the support here. But the ADC still has to stack the quest, and so you kind of like feel stuck in bot side, you get what I mean? You feel stuck here trying to complete your quest, but you can't because you lost. And so it's a terrible experience from my perspective. No one will try to help you, and instead we will have this type of upset which was already happening for void grabs, but probably it will happen even harder. If the ADC closes the quest, he can free farm mid lane for the whole time and get a huge advantage because he closes the quest. The ADC that doesn't has to stay bot lane or has to stay mid lane, match, but will get way less gold over the course of the game, which again makes it so that this ADC will scale more than you, just because you lost early. What kind of punishment is that? So I lose early, and I'm also gonna lose my mid game because they scale more and they get more minions, more gold out of everything? What is this shit, right? It doesn't make any sense for the losing lane, right? Nashor is even faster this season. 20 minutes instead of 25. I want to talk about that. 20-minute Nash is crazy bad for League of Legends. When there's a huge power creep, there are a lot of really strong items and a lot of strong things. It's completely possible to look for a 20-minute Nash, especially in a Elo, and this makes it so that, again, the games will become insanely faster. From this position, as we said, ADC mid lane should still do the same things that we already know. Okay, so you stay mid, and then let your support go for the Drake fight, for the Nash fight, and all this type of stuff. Now, you as ADC mid lane, next season, are gonna do only one thing, if you ever go here. Take the wave, farm the wave, go back, take the wave, farm the wave. And with the bot lane quest, you're gonna get more gold, and eventually, that's where you will get a shit ton of gold, get your items, and then carry the fights. That's it. That's gonna be ADC next season. Okay? Next season, we are just looking for hyper scaling in mid lane, specifically hyper carry scaling ADCs that play crit will work really, really well, and especially champs that can look for the towers. We don't even know, but it could also happen that ADC, instead of going mid lane, will go topside, because taking plates topside is easier. So if you have top lane tower available, champs like Caitlyn can literally go topside, get the tower, get a shit ton of gold here, get gold bot, get gold top, get gold mid, and then just break the game with Storm Raider or RFC. That's just an example of many things that could happen. Now, we're talking about solo queue, of course, and competitively wise, I'm just seeing a huge angle where you just play bot, whatever happens after you close the lane, if you manage to get the quest, you go mid, and then just endlessly farm mid waves till you get the item closures, and then just play for the fights. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and this was helpful to you. This is just early game considerations, just please do not take them as advices that you should be doing on the next patch. This is just something that, in my opinion, will happen, and we have no certainty about what's gonna happen, especially because they have to change numbers, and we don't know how much time you will have to close the quest, or if you're able to close the quest anyways, even if you're on a losing lane. As I'm seeing right now, I don't think you will be able to, so that's why I made this video, and that's why I also want you to know a bit earlier. Thank you so much for today, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments if you have any question regarding the new season, and I will try to address that. See you in live, see you everywhere else, and bye.